We pick up in Las Vegas, Nevada, and head east to Omaha, Nebraska. We travel down I-70, where we take in the scenery from Saltwash Canyon and awe and amazement at the view.
Ever responsible for this deadly crash years ago has just been sentenced to 110 years in prison.
After 26-year-old Rogelio Aguilera of Medeiros was charged with killing 4 people back in April of 2019. His truck was already out of control when he passed a runaway truck ramp, lost his brakes, and then slammed into that traffic jam.
Below the mountain. So here's one runaway truck ramp. It's flashing yellow. You can clearly see it. Stay tuned for more. Good afternoon, everybody. We are here in Mesquite, Nevada. So we just picked up our load. We took our showers, got some lunch. This load doesn't deliver till the 15th at 1 p.m. So got all our stuff in. Now we're going to be on our way. We're going to be going through I-70, which is probably one of the most beautiful drives that anybody can ever go on in the whole United States. So, here we go. That's just awesome rapids. I don't know if there's anybody that goes down through there when it's like this. I guess you could probably consider that like a class 4 rapid, maybe? I don't know. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think the rapids are right down here. Snow up here still.
Steep downgrade ahead.
So we just reached the top of Vale Pass. Pretty soon we're going to be in Loveland Pass. Alright guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about mountain driving. So even though we are only 15,000 pounds with our trailer, we still end up going slow. So right now I'm going 40 miles an hour up the mountainside. Anything under 50 miles an hour, we have to have our hazards on. And the reason is to show other truckers and cars that we're going slow. So they're coming up onto a slow moving vehicle. So if you guys ever wonder why trucks are going so slow up these mountainsides, it's because they're loaded really, really heavy. The more you're loaded, the slower you go. Some guys only go like 15, 20 miles an hour up these steep grades, mountain grades.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
So we're coming up to the summit right now, where the tunnel is.
Winding road ahead.
Alright guys, we are on the part of I-70 where the young man lost his brakes,
It's low gear ahead.
told people he did not know how to use his engine brakes, and couldn't stop. He was going 85 miles an hour down these steep grades.
Was in court over the weekend on vehicular homicide charges. Witnesses reported seeing him speeding down I-70 before impact. He told investigators the truck's brakes failed.
Suspect truck barreled on past it, instead moving to the left and forcing a pickup off the road.
He should have exited right here and followed that truck ramp around.
By now, the chance to move into a lower gear appears to have passed.
It's near to impossible for a driver to make a downshift at that rate of speed.
The driver of the runaway truck said his brakes failed. Trent showed us how the brakes get hot, making the gap between the drum and the shoe too great.
It's too big. They just can't make contact with the brake drum any longer.
But even after the runaway truck ramp filled with sand and gravel was passed, there were other opportunities to stop.
Could you have pulled off here?
Yes, he absolutely could have started shutting the truck down here.
Instead, the truck continued on to Denver West, and this was the horrifying result.
Responsible for this deadly crash years ago has just been sentenced to 110 years in prison.
That's right. 26-year-old Rogelio Medeiros was charged with killing 4 people back in April of 2019. His truck was already out of control when he passed a runaway truck ramp, lost his brakes, and then slammed into that traffic jam.
It's 45 miles an hour. It's a 6% grade for about 3 miles. Now there's a bunch of runaway truck ramps. So as you can see, I have my engine brake. My engine brake is right here. I'm using my engine brake as I go down. See it go on. I'm not even touching my brake down below. But again, the young man was not even following the speed limits, lost his brakes, passed 3 truck ramps, and I'll show you where he ended up killing all those people down below the mountain. So here's one runaway truck ramp. It's flashing yellow. You can clearly see it. It says runaway vehicles. It has its own lane. I'm going 45 and I'm able to slow down. Now, see all that dirt and gravel and all that kind of stuff right there? That's to actually stop you from going fast, and it'll stop your truck completely. Looks like some people have already used it. So as long as you're obeying the speed limits and you're going 45, you're using your engine brake as you're going down the hill, and you're stab braking, you should do just fine, and you shouldn't even burn up your brakes.
Steep downgrade ahead.
You're paying attention to this? Okay, this is like really serious stuff. So, the young man came down this hill right here. He could have taken this exit ramp if he wanted to. So just keep in mind, the Colorado traffic was backed up. He was going 85 miles an hour, and there was traffic stopped along this area right here, and he plowed into all those vehicles, injuring people and killing people. When he had chances to use the runaway truck ramps. Now he's in jail for a super long time. A lot of people don't understand the consequences of their actions as a truck driver. Now that's why us truck drivers need to take it so serious out here as far as safety goes. Obeying the speed limits, knowing how to use your engine brake with your brake, knowing how to control your vehicle going down the hills. Super important. There it is, guys. All right, guys, we have arrived at the consignee over here in Omaha. I just wanted to kind of show you guys what it is that he had to do to back into this area right here. So he had to come in off this street right here, and there was another Penske truck right in front of this guy. Well, that truck right there. And then he had to pull into here, way up here, and then he had to back down. There's that fence, it's pretty much right there, and he had to avoid this with turning into there. And we had to run over all these curbs right here, running all over this curb. I mean, this place is kind of a real dumb place to try to back into. I mean, it's crazy. He said that the last person that came in here, he was a solo guy. It took him 20 minutes to back into this area right here. So we were actually pretty lucky that we were able to get in here. So guys, if you like the video, subscribe, like, share, hit the notification button so you guys can get everything that we put out. And we will talk to you guys later and see you on the next video. Peace out. See you on the other side.